Hey, welcome to Titties and Tarot Thursday, where the focal point is the titties, but I hope you stay for the tarot. How y'all doing? How your mama now? So, I was missing last week, but I am back, feeling much better, and let's do this. We're going to do a Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine reading. This one's going to be for my Divine Feminines. We're going to start with you ladies first. Ladies first. What messages do we have for my collective of the most benevolent energies of my Divine Feminine collective? We don't want no bullshit. Just saying. Alright. What messages do we have from my Divine Feminine collective at this moment in time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What do they need to see? Normally I would have my cardigan on, but bitch is hot. I'm just now cooling down where the sweat is not pulling off my body. I just got out the shower literally 30 minutes ago and it is fucking hot in here. Alright. What messages do we have for my Divine Feminines at this moment in time? Okay. Alright. We have the Isolation card and we have Totality. Are these upright or in reverse? The Isolation card is upright and the Totality card is in reverse. So a lot of my Divine Feminine energies, y'all may have been in isolation for a moment in time, for a small period of time, while some things are getting worked out behind the scenes. The Totality card is the Five of Wands in traditional tarot, and with it being in reverse, it's given that the things that were in misalignment are now working out for your favor. It's like while you were in that isolation period, while you were in that hibernation period, things were being worked out in your favor, even if you didn't know about it, even if it didn't look like it, because the last card that came out was the Trust card. So it's given that during this Mercury retrograde, a lot of my feminine energies were learning the art of trust, learning the art of vulnerability, and learning the art of maintaining your peace, even when it looks like yeah, even when it looks like that shit is falling to pieces. With the Sorrow card on the bottom of the deck, there was a lot of emotions that came up during this Mercury retrograde. It was in Cancer. We've talked about this. It was in Cancer, so there was definitely a lot of mother wounds that popped up. There was a lot of emotional family wounds and situations that popped up. There could have even been some passings that may have happened over this past month that kind of took a lot of us off guard. This is this crying and isolation. I don't know if you can see this clearly, like the light is like directly on it. Let me see if I can fold it a little bit. Like the tears are coming through, even though like they're in isolation, they're in this frozen block of ice. Like it's even given the point like where they couldn't move, you couldn't move forward. It was like everything was at a standstill. You were in a period of like where you literally had to stop and reflect, had to stop and deal with any emotions that may be coming through, may have been held on to, may have not been purged previously from prior situations, prior traumas, prior tragedies, and you were literally made to sit still and deal with those emotions, feel them, so they could be released. And it may have looked a little crazy. It might have felt like the Five of Wands, like things were happening against your will, against your better judgment, against your highest good. But what was really going on behind the scenes was you were learning to trust, you were learning to be vulnerable, you were learning that everything happens for a divine purpose and a divine reason. And even when it looks like, shit is all in disarray, things are still being worked out for your favor. So that being said, I don't want y'all to think that, everything is always all hunky-dory. Even sometimes there are outside forces, and I know this might sound a little contradictory, but there could be certain situations where there are outside forces that are doing things and moving things around, manipulating things, and it's like, I know this was right here, I know I left this right here, and then it's over there, like, and you didn't do it, somebody else did it, literally, and not saying like in the physical, but like spiritually, that didn't have anything to do with you, it didn't have anything to do with how you were moving. There are outside forces that will attempt to throw you off balance and knock you off your path. However, even through that, there is and I'll put it this way, there is a higher power, there is a, excuse me, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Nope, y'all not taking me in that direction. But yes, there is a higher power. There is, even a higher future self that is, pertaining to you, that is already seen, that has already seen what it is that you're going through, what it is that you're already going to experience, and knows how to maneuver through that. Even though something may have happened from outside looking in, and it's like, oh, y'all just threw a monkey wrench. Well, your spirit team, God, your higher self, is going to take that monkey wrench and use it to fix something that you may have missed in your life. They're going to use it to come through and fix something, make you address something that, you may have overlooked. And, the people throwing, those outside forces throwing whatever energy that may have been towards you, they're thinking, oh, this is gonna knock them off, this is gonna get them out of my way, but at the same time, like, they were really giving you the tools to, even perfect your craft, perfect your energy, to strengthen your faith. All you had to do is remain faithful and trust in your skill set, in your higher power, in your worth, in your judgment, and keep moving forward. Even if you got this energy right here, there's a lot of situations where people thought that they were going to have you fucked up. They thought they were going to have you fucked up, but that tower missed you. The tower card is in reverse. That's the thunderbolt. The tower literally missed you. It could have been people from your past who were doing certain things, throwing certain work, placing things in your path, whether this is manipulation, whether this is words, like the word of mouth, the things, gossip, not being there when, you would have been there for them. Those things that they use energetically to trip you up are the very things that kept you safe, that kept you in a position where you were able to move forward freely, because you were literally forced to address the things that needed to be fixed within your own world, so that you're no longer clinging to the past. These people are clinging to the past because they're clinging to an old version of yourself, and you have moved forward from this devil energy. You have moved forward from this karmic energy. You are no longer in the same position that you once were. Even if it looks like you could be in a situation that's even worse than where you were before, you are no longer in that same position. Energetically, vibrationally, on that frequency, you have moved forward. Let's see. Do I want these? No, I want these. I don't know. I feel like I have not recorded in like months instead of like it's only been like a week. It feels like it's been forever. And I've recorded since I've been here, so it's not like I'm around new people. It's a weird feeling. You can feel as if you like are being watched, literally. Like people are watching to see, paying attention to everything you say, watching to see what you do, how you move, to see like they're waiting on like something that's going to catch you up, something to make you fuck up, something like they're waiting on you to literally fuck up, or say the wrong thing, make the wrong move, so they can zoom in and try to highlight that shit. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like somebody is like, who's looking? Who's looking in? Clarify isolation. Clarify isolation. Alright, we have the coffin card here for isolation. Yeah, there could be a lot of grief that you may be processing right now, especially over the last month. You could have been processing grief of an old timeline, grief of an old version of yourself. Clarify isolation. Yeah, we got the main female, so it's definitely giving like grieving an old version of yourself that's no longer there. I know sometimes in a period of isolation, it's like you're kind of grasping at straws, like when you're being elevated to a new timeline, when you're being literally when you're shifting timelines, it can sometimes feel like you're not really sure which way you want to go because you've been in this space of isolation. What used to fit no longer fits. It doesn't feel right. It feels weird, but at the same time, that's the only thing that you are comfortable with, the only thing that you actually know and understand, and what's in front of you is unknown. So it's a little difficult because you're like grieving that old you that you can't seem to get back, but it's like at the same time there's something much more beautiful, much more benevolent, much more productive and fruitful that is actually in front of you. You are just in that space of limbo where you just have to keep moving through that darkness, through that grief, because even with this isolation card, these tears like are literally melting through this ice. So as you process this grief, as you process these emotions, as you process this energy that is no longer serving you, and you release it, it's like that will melt away that ice so that you can break free and move forward into your new self, your new timeline. You'll begin to see that new doors are being opened unto you. Clarify totality in reverse. I'm not taking that. Clarify totality in reverse. All right, we got toil and labor. We got toil and labor. So if you were in a period of time where it seems like you had to do, well, you were working so hard and it wasn't seeming to like produce what was necessary, it wasn't producing what you were putting in. You weren't seeing the fruits of what it is that you had put in. This time period that you're walking into, once you are released from this spirit, I was about to say period, from this period of limbo, this period of transition. It could also be a spirit of limbo too. I don't know, that's weird. What would be a spirit of limbo? It's like a spirit of repeating cycles. This could also be something about cycles that keep repeating themselves. You keep running into the same loop. You get so far and then it's like, okay, you end up at the same space, the same location, the same destination, because you keep trying to revisit and go back to those old things that no longer serve you, those old pieces of you that are no longer present, that have died literally, and that they need to be buried or maybe even alchemized into something new, like the Phoenix energy. However, you keep revisiting those old things and expecting newness when, and that's why it's making you sick. It's making you, feel like you are not in the position that you need to be. It could even be, literally causing a bad health within your body. You could be experiencing like a summer cold or aches and pains in your body. It's because you have literally outgrown certain things, certain work, certain jobs even that you used to do, and it's time for you to move forward. And you're trying to hold on to those things because you're feeling like, okay, well, how am I going to move forward if I can't do this, if I'm not supposed to do this, if I'm not supposed to revisit this? What am I moving forward to? And that will be presented to you, and it's actually being worked on behind the scenes with this Five of Wands in reverse. Yet you have to put those old things down and let the dead bury the dead, so to speak, so that you can move forward. Let's see. Clarify trust. Clarify trust. Alright, we have adjudication. So this is an answer or some form of judgment that's going to be coming in for you soon. This could be an actual court case, a situation where something is being decided within a court case, or this could just be actually like you getting verification or clarification of being approved for something, getting an answer for something that you've been waiting on. So it's clarifying the trust card. So trust that the things that you've asked for, the things that you've asked about, been concerned about, that concern you, are being worked out. They are going to come to pass. You're going to get an answer. You're going to get the clarity that you need. We have main male here. I don't know what that's about, but when it comes to adjudication and main male, trust that whatever decision this is, like I said, this could be a court situation, or this could be just a situation that yeah, we're just gonna say a court situation, because this is literally a man and a woman. Then we do have the main female here. So adjudication and main male, there could literally be a situation, a court situation, where there's some form of legal case that is being decided on. Judgment is being passed within this situation. I don't want to keep that, but be expecting to hear from this situation or about this situation. It could be pertaining to a family member. This could be a family situation. Be expecting to hear about a situation being decided on, a judgment being made or called, possibly by this next full moon, which will be July 29th. It's a full moon in Aquarius. I'm gonna take one more. All right. Okay. We got trust. I pulled it out. It's another man. We got a wealthy man. So I felt like whoever that main male was, that was somebody from your past, because we had family room there. So it's definitely giving like that was a past person, because I didn't even want to keep that. I didn't even want to keep that out. I just had this, I don't want to keep it out. But we do have wealthy man here. I'll keep him. I'll keep him for y'all. Okay, so we got trust, adjudication with wealthy man. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have marriage with false person and community. So again, there could be some form of judgment that is coming about. This could be a court proceeding with a divorce settlement of some situation where there was a person who was getting notification that a divorce is pending, finalized, and now you can move forward, move freely. We'll take that. So maybe there's a situation where a divorce proceeding is coming to an end, and now you can move freely about the cabin and move forward. This could even be this not mature. It could be a mature man. I don't know. Could be an older man that could be coming towards you. Look, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't. Cause let's not. But it could be. That's for somebody. We have great fortune on the bottom of the deck with child. So yeah, this could have something to do with child support. This could be a situation where there's a sum of money left to a child. That's a great fortune. So maybe that has something to do with this wealthy man. Maybe somebody that I am speaking to is possibly getting a divorce from a wealthy man, or there is someone that is going to be receiving some money from a wealthy man for a child. And again, this could be a child support situation. But anywho, I'm not going to ruminate on that until I get some more clarity. Clarify coffin and main female. Clarify coffin and main female. I swear, most of these readings these days, I really feel like I'm just rambling. And I think it's just because I just end up talking or picking up stuff and channeling. But yeah, I just feel like I'm rambling. When I play it back, it makes complete fucking sense. But like me personally in that moment, I be feeling like I'm random. But anyway, clarify coffin and being female underneath isolation. Alright, there may be some readers who, you know, may be putting an end to their reading career. Whether that's publicly or just overall. So we have the Page of Pentacles out here with the Miss Cleo card, the Shaman. Alright, we got the Four of Pentacles. Clarify out of the coffin and main female. These cards, I promise you. Clarify out the coffin and the main female. Alright, we got the Four of Pentacles, which is holding something close to your chest or things being like dried up. We got the Fool and the Two of Pentacles, old contracts possibly being closed off or getting word of old contracts being closed, ending, so new things can begin. The Ace of Swords flew on the floor. From here. The Ace of Swords fell on the floor. I'm gonna put it back, but yeah, it could be communication about you know, something just not working out. It could be like a contract or an old job even that is, you know, not working out. So like you could be in limbo, even in a space where it's like you could be in between jobs, in between careers, where it's like what once worked is no longer working for you. And there could be a reason for that. You could even possibly already know what that reason is with the Ace of Swords that fell on the floor. Yeah, it could be for your own protection. It could be for a multitude of things, but I'm getting the energy that you'll know exactly what that reason is. But either way, it's like time for you to move on, because the situation, the energy there with that situation, with that job, with that contract, with that career path, or just even with those people, has ran its course here with the Five of Pentacles. All right, let's see. Clarify toil and labor with bad health. Clarify toil and labor with bad health. I can't see how much is this. 27. Okay, it's not bad. Clarify bad health and toil and labor. Yeah, you could be moved. You could be being removed or rerouted from something, because there could be some new contracts that could be coming into play, that could be attempting to make their way to you, and these may not be contracts that you are meant to sign. This is almost like making a deal with the devil here. We have the devil card with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. That's like signing on the dotted line for something that isn't necessarily beneficial for you in the long run, and it could possibly be something that, you know, would put you to work. It would be something that was very it could be lucrative, but at the same time it would not be beneficial for your health. It's giving like it could possibly even drain your energy in a sense. So yeah, so yeah, it could be, you know, all, you know, well and good with the Nine of Cups. It's like a wish fulfillment, but at the same time, wish fulfillment lately has really been given like overdoing it, overindulgence, overstimulated, just too much of a good thing, or too much of fucking anything is bad for you. So it's really giving the energy of, and I don't know, like when Miss Cleo came out, it's definitely like, I know I talked about this before where I was like, all money is not good money, and it is not. And a lot of people are being rerouted and they're being broken down by outside forces so that they will be at their wits' end. So they will give in to anything. They will give in to what looks good, the appearance of good, the appearance of something that's beneficial for them, the appearance of something that's benevolent for them. And it could look like really, appealing with this wish fulfillment here. And I just want to say, like, this wish fulfillment card, this Nine of Cups, like, he has everything he could ask for in excess here. But it's also giving, he's in the same stance, the same position as his Four of Pentacles. And this Four of Pentacles is about withholding. It's about withholding and almost like manipulating with money, with finances, like holding things back. So it's given... There are people behind the scenes trying to break a bitch down, trying to break niggas down to make sure that when these new offers come in, these contracts, that they'll be foolish enough, because they have been in a positioning, in a state of lack, in a state of feeling like they're missing out, in a state of transition where there's no forward movement. So they'll be, excited to see this wish fulfillment come in. They'll be excited to sign anything. And they're specifically, like I said, looking for women at this time. They're looking for women. They're looking for the Queen of Wands energy. They're looking for people who are about their bag, who have charisma, who have they have a je ne sais quoi about them. They're looking for that to sign these contracts. To sign basically their lives over, in order to, work for them, in order to have some form of wish fulfillment. Because right now their lives may look like this, where they're just working for pennies, working for nothing. The things that they desire, the things that they need are not being taken care of. But even though this would be technically, that would be, this will be upright, but it's in reverse, because they're given the appearance of coming in to assist, but there's ulterior motives behind the scenes. I've been picking up a lot of energy about spiritual work, babas. I've been having dreams, like weird ass dreams, like dreams of people I ain't ever seen before. They just popping through. We're not gonna go into that. I may do a separate video for those dreams. But just know, all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. Motherfuckers out here trying to snatch motherfuckers up to use for their own ulterior motives, for their own benefit, and then leave you drained, high and dry once you get a good hit off of whatever it is that they're offering, their supply. Yeah, but what needs to happen is you trusting in your spirit team, trusting in your own skills, abilities, your self-worth, your power, your higher power, your higher self, what the fuck ever. Anything pertaining to you, you need to have trust in that right now. And you don't need to be looking elsewhere and outside of that, because there's a lot of people who are who have and hold a very trickster-like, a very manipulative energy, and they are literally coming towards you, seeking you out in order to bind you in certain contracts, in certain career, in certain careers. Again, there's a reason that there's so many, I'll say there's so many spiritualists who are in a certain position right now. And some of them, it's because they ain't right. We not going to negate that part. Accountability is 100 over here all the time. But then there's the ones who I know are right. And you have to wonder, like, why is so much breaking down in the industry, and they are literally scouring looking for people, and why, when we're doing collectives, we're picking up on their energy? Why are these people in our dreams? Why are we picking up on their shit? Especially if you're not even focused on that, like, if you don't focus on that type of whatever, like, there should be no reason why that should be just like in your energy, why it should pop out. If you're a spiritualist, it should pop out in your readings, if it should pop out in, the messages that you're giving. So what's really going on? What's really going on? And I know there's been a lot of times where people wanted me to shut my motherfucking mouth. They have. They've wanted me to shut my motherfucking mouth. And that's cool. That's cool. Now, when it comes to a message that I'm supposed to give, I'm not going to shut my mouth. But at the same time, I ain't about to come over here and tell all y'all business like that. I don't give a damn to know. Honestly, I don't. I don't give a damn to know. And I don't accept any offers. I don't accept any offers of any of the like. That's just my 2 cents. Now, personal readings, that's different. I do personal readings. But this won't be my life. No. So, moving forward. Clarify adjudication and the wealthy man. Clarify adjudication and the wealthy man. Why does this just fall out? Why does this just fall out? Alright. I don't want to take it. No. If it comes out again, cool. Clarify adjudication and the wealthy man. What decision is being decided? What is being made as a judgment pertaining to this wealthy man and trust? This could be, they could even be coming in, attempting to earn your trust. They could be coming in attempting to earn your trust, so that they can reel you into these contracts here. Clarify adjudication and wealthy man. Yeah, I real deal didn't plan on going into all of that. Okay, we got judgment flipped over. All these other cards came out. I'm gonna put them back. Yeah, I really didn't plan on going into all of that. It's just I see what be going on, and it's one thing to be like, yeah, I'm protected, I'm this, I'm that, and yes, I am. But why would you walk into the slaughterhouse knowing that that's their intention? Why would you put extra work on your spirit team? Why would you put extra work on those that watch over and protect you, on your own spirit? Why would you give them extra chores to do when you already know the agenda of the people and the doors that are trying to lure you in? It's like people saying that they have to learn by experience. If you see that the dog is there baring his teeth, why the fuck are you gonna go pet that bitch? Can I pet that dog? No, bitch. No. It's a whole fucking gremlin. Well, y'all don't want to talk no more. Clarify adjudication. Yeah. The 10 of Wands. It's like somebody trying to come in and make something better. Make something better. I don't even know if I want to keep this at this point. Yeah. Someone coming in trying to make something better. The 8 of Swords is in reverse. The 10 of Wands. Seeing someone seeing you struggle. Feeling like coming into portray that they can take you away from your troubles, move you out of that mental space, that mental there's a mental retrograde, literally like come in and fight your battles. That may seem to come out of nowhere with the Hermit card here. You could be receiving communication out of nowhere. Yeah, there's a 7 of Swords behind that communication. So there's a scheme, plot. I'm coming for the number 1 spot. There's an ulterior, hidden motive behind the communication that's going to be coming in possibly. So be mindful. Yeah, they could be saying that they got all types of, money, opportunities that you could work together with them to achieve. It's given they're playing on your heartstrings with the King of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Cups. They're playing on your heartstrings, a bunch of projections, illusions, Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we got the Three of Swords here, the Six of Wands in reverse, and Judgment. So the things that they're coming in to offer you, they hold no weight, they hold no longevity, they hold no stability. They are strictly, I heard propaganda, strictly propaganda for their own agendas, for their own, yeah, yeah. I heard alt right. I'm about to leave this. I'm about to leave this. Trust your better judgment. Trust your inner wisdom, your inner discernment. Trust your higher power at this time, your higher self, your ancestors and spirit guides of your highest benevolence and protection. Trust them to get you out of the situation that you're in now, to help you with your own, movement, your own action, and their spiritual movement behind the scenes. Trust them to get shit done. Don't rely on, don't rely on the illusions and delusions of grandeur that are gonna try to come in, because they're coming in like quote unquote the devil to steal, kill, and destroy here with the Five of Swords, and to leave you robbed of your very life essence with the Sun in reverse. Literally trying to attach themselves to you and drain you of your essence, of your life force here. Okay, fuck all this, close this. I don't know who needed to hear this, why y'all needed to hear this. This is, stuff that I go into and talk about behind the scenes. I don't try to come out and condemn anybody publicly for what it is that they choose to do, but maybe there's somebody listening to me, maybe there's somebody watching me, or who's just gonna happen to come across and see this, and they gonna linger long enough to be able to hear what the fuck I was saying and what the fuck I was talking about. So yeah, because I don't want to post it. I don't want to post it because I try to mind my business when it comes to them. Yeah, as of lately, I try to mind my business because I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I wish to be left alone. The things that I know, ain't nobody else got to know. Okay, I'm gonna fuck. I just want to live peacefully. So, all that bullshit aside, what advice, because this has been long, what advice do you have, or what advice is there for my feminine energies at this time? Alright, we got wishing well. Give me one more. What advice do we have for my feminine energies, my divine feminine energies at this time? What advice? That's too many. Yeah, beware the dragon's lair. Beware the dragon's lair at this time. Give me one more. Yeah, Ghostlands came out. You're definitely in a space of like in between right now, because Ghostlands is talking about the past and the present. Well, not the past and the present. It's talking about the past and the future, like being too far in the past and too far in the future, trying to figure shit out that ain't even got here yet. But also like trying to go back to the past to figure out like what you need to do going forward when the past is no longer present for you to pull from, literally. So the only thing you can do at this moment in time is step into the unknown, step into that space where you really don't know what the fuck is happening, where the fuck you're going, but just know that what is coming to you is gonna be better than what may be presented to you. I'll say that. That sounds crazy, but I think you know what I'm saying. Alright, So with wishing well, this is number 48. The number 48 and the number 7 could be relevant. I'm going to read this. All right, wishing well. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for the higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust spirit. Prepare to be amazed. All right. So, basically, set your intentions for what it is that you fucking want. Set your intentions. Be clear. What is it that the Bible says? Write the vision, make it plain. Okay? So, make it very clear what it is that you want. Set the intentions that this is what I want. And then ask your spirit team to make sure that your intention comes to you in the best way possible. In the best way possible. And that's not always going to look exactly how you formulated it, but your intention is at the core of that petition, so to speak. Your intention is at the core of that petition. So what comes and what is shaped from that is going to be beautiful and better than you could even imagine. At the start, the creation, the seeding of that intention, of that manifestation, of that conjuring. So yeah, let's move on to 7. All right. And 7 is into the unknown. Trust and all will be revealed. Life is an adventure and often new opportunities will arrive that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times you're required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into the unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. All right. So, you want me to read that too? Okay. Before I read that. So this is basically giving, put your shit out there, put your petition out there, put your intention out there, and trust that it is going to be formulated, it is going to be shaped in the best way that is possible for you. Don't try to, hold on to it too tightly. Don't try to shape it too tightly. Just simply put it out there, put it in the universe, make the steps forward that you can make, and then allow spirit to meet you the rest of the way. Now, I'm also going to read the reverse of number 7, the inverse rather, of Into the Unknown. It says, inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you are unprepared. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. And I like that they said that, but as I just said, wisdom comes from experience, but it doesn't always have to be your experience. You can gain experience from looking at how something played out for somebody else in a certain situation. You can see if that person over there touched that stove and that shit was hot and they got burned, that you don't need to go touch that stove and get burned. See what I'm saying? That's still wisdom. All right. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know this territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. So, again, kind of trailing back to the shit that I was talking about before I got into these advice cards. Things may look good. They may look like they are, beneficial. But They may look all pretty, shiny, and whatnot, but when I tell you what you may think something is camouflaged as by something else. And there's a whole lot of hidden motives, a whole lot of things underneath the surface that aren't being presented to you. And just because we are, spiritual people, just because we are quote unquote filled with discernment, everybody, that can be overcompensated a lot of times. Everybody is not always on their P's and Q's, and we know this because a lot of us wouldn't be in the situations that we have encountered and ended up in if we knew everything. So clearly we don't know everything, and sometimes we need to put on the brakes, put on the pause, and be like, hey, I need a little talk to your spirit team, like, hey, I need a little clarity, I need a little discernment, I need a little extra discernment, a little extra clarity with this situation, because I feel like this is good for me, but all feelings ain't good feelings. Feelings are fleeting. Feelings will lie to you. So you need to be very careful, very wise about how you move forward from this point on, especially if you're receiving things from out of the blue that don't necessarily align with the petitions and the intentions that you have put out, with the prayers that you have asked for. Pay attention and be very mindful of things that just coming from left field. Be very mindful. And even the things that do, always still check in with your spirit team to make sure, especially in times of uncertainty. So, what's that? The sacred pool on the bottom of the deck? I guess we'll read that too, and then we'll be the fuck on, bruh. Alright, sacred pool. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. A detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you are the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to act in good conscience, and then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. See the love within you, and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. So, in other words, focus on yourself right now. Give that love that you've been giving out to the world, to yourself. Boost up your stock, boost up your self-esteem, boost up your self-worth. So you're not out here taking any wooden nickel that comes along. You don't need to be taking no wooden nickels, no way. Okay? This ain't slavery. We ain't trying to be forced into working for other people that are not seeing our worth, that are not seeing our value, that are trying to siphon our worth and our value, because they do see it. Okay? Because we don't see it ourselves. Alright? So that's basically what that is. Don't take no wooden nickels. Don't take no bullshit. Don't be getting caught up in these people's webs, and stay safe, stay shielded, stay protected, stay prayed up, warded up, all of the above. So with that, if anybody needs any personal readings, y'all know where to find me. If you look on my pinned post at the top of my Facebook page, what is that? Zinny LaRue, Madam Zinny LaRue. You'll find it. So I'll also post it down in the description box for this video. But thank you so much for your presence. Thank y'all for joining me on Titties and Tarot Thursday, where the focal point was the titties. But I hope y'all stay for the tarot. I really do. But y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Love y'all. And I will see y'all next time. Toodles. Now, that's the only thing.